Hey, how's it going everyone? MLT Magic Tricks here. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you a performance and a tutorial for this really amazing visual card trick that is definitely going to impress all of your spectators. But before we get into it, if you are new here to the channel, make sure you subscribe with those notifications on for more card trick videos like this. And also check out the link in the description to my Amazon page if you are interested in buying some decks of cards or other Magic products. But anyway, let's get right into this performance. Okay, so I'm going to start off this card trick by placing the two jokers right here off to the side. We will get to these two cards in just a second, but for now, I would tell my spectator I'm just going to give the deck a few cuts, mixing up the pack, and I would explain to them that I'm going to be using the two jokers here to try and find the four aces in the deck because that is the objective of this card trick. So we have the one and two jokers right here. All I'm going to do is turn over these two cards and check it out. You will see the ace of diamonds finds its way in between the two jokers right there. So that is one ace, but we still have three aces to find in the deck. So we have the one and two jokers once again. All I'm going to do is turn over these cards and check it out. You will see the ace of clubs now finds its way in between the two jokers. So that is two out of the four aces. I could even have my spectator, examine the cards there to make sure I'm not doing anything suspicious, that there truly are two jokers that I'm using. So once again, we have the one and two jokers like this. I'm going to turn them over. We're going to spread them out again, and boom, the ace of hearts, it reveals itself right there. So that's three out of the four aces. We still have the ace of spades left, so we have the one and two jokers right here. And the ace of spades is actually the hardest card to find because it's the most prominent card in the deck. So we're going to take this last joker. All I'm going to do is give it a little shake like this, and check it out. That joker visually changes right here into that ace of spades to complete the four ace set right here. Now guys, that is the card trick. It's a really cool effect that I definitely recommend you learn. So make sure you stick around for the tutorial. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that performance. This is a very powerful card trick that I definitely think you should learn. So grab your deck of cards and let's get right into the tutorial. So you are first going to need to take out two jokers from your deck of cards, and it's very important that these two jokers have the same face. The faces of these cards need to be identical, but if you absolutely don't have two jokers from a deck that have the same face, you can use two face cards from the deck that have the same color, like the two red kings, but there are a couple parts in the trick where your spectator may notice something and call you out. I will explain that once we get to that point in the tutorial, so just try and get two jokers with the same faces. Once you've got that out, there is a little setup that you're going to be doing on top of the deck with the four aces. It's really easy, so if you want the last ace that you reveal in the trick to be the ace of spades, which is what I did in the performance, here is how you're going to set up the deck. You're going to take the ace of spades, that's going to go face up on top, followed by one of the two red aces, which is going to go face down. And then the ace of clubs goes face up, and then that last red ace goes face down. Those four cards are on top of the deck just like this. That's your only setup. It's really easy to make, and you can also have your two jokers to be on top of the deck to start, and you're ready to go. So you can go up to your spectator and tell them you're going to be using the two jokers for this trick. So just spread them off the top of the deck. Be very careful not to spread too many cards or else you will flash that face-up ace you have there. So just spread them off. Make sure you don't flash. Keep these cards face up on the table. You can do some false cuts here to make it seem like you're mixing up the deck, but in reality, you're keeping your little setup that you have here on top. I'll leave a link on the screen to me giving some false cuts if you want to learn some, but they're obviously not mandatory. But if you do false cuts, make sure you square up the deck here on top very carefully, not to flash any of those face-up aces. At this point, you're going to tell your spectator to hand you the two jokers, and while they're doing that, you are going to get a little pinky break below the top two cards in the deck. So it's really easy to do that. As your spectator's handing you the jokers, you're going to come over with the other hand, lift up on the top two cards, 1, 2, and get a little break, just like so. It's going to be quick. Just lift up the two cards, and it makes it a lot easier to do this next move. So you're going to tell your spectator that the two jokers are going to help you find the four aces in the deck. Now, as you're saying that, you have your break below the top two cards. You're going to place the two jokers on right above the break. Now you have a break below four cards. You're going to turn these four cards over. So you're going to tell your spectator, okay, I'm going to turn over the two jokers here, but in reality, you're turning over the four cards. You turn them over, make sure it's quick, get comfortable with doing that. It's a lot easier that you have a break prior to doing the move. You're going to spread out the cards, and then the first ace will reveal itself in between these two face down cards. You're going to place down the ace, and you're going to tell your spectator, okay, we have the two jokers here, but in reality, you have an ace on top and then a joker right below. and you're going to be doing a move that makes it seem like both of these cards are the Jokers. So you're going to square up these cards here, and as you're doing that, to get ready for the next move, you're going to want to get a little pinky break below the top card. So it's really easy. Just push over, pull back, get a pinky break below this top card here, which is a Joker. So you have these two cards square, the aces on top, Jokers on the bottom. Square them up. You're going to tell your spectator, okay, we have the two Jokers here, the one. You're going to show them this card right here, which is that bottom Joker. You're going to flip it over, slide off the top card quickly, which is the ace, and show them the bottom card again. If you do that quick, it makes it seem like those two cards there are the Jokers. Make sure you maintain that break. Just a quick note here, guys. If you use face cards for this trick instead of Jokers with identical faces, this is the part of the trick where your spectator may call you out because you would be showing them the same face card twice, and they may notice that and get suspicious. So that is why I recommend using Jokers with identical faces. Place the Joker on top, face down. Now you have a break below 3 cards. You're going to turn them over like this. You're going to tell your spectator, okay, I'm going to turn these 2 Jokers face up, but in reality, you're turning 3 cards face up, spread them out, and the second ace will be in between the 2 Jokers right here that are face up. You're going to place the ace there on the table. You have the 2 Jokers here, and now to get ready for the next move, you're going to need to get a pinky break below the top 2 cards in the deck at this point. And an easy way to do that is have your spectator examine the 2 Jokers here just to get them involved in the trick. You can hand them over to your spectator, make sure there's nothing suspicious with the Joker so they know that. While they're looking at the cards, do the same thing. You come over with the other hand, lift up on the top 2 cards quickly, get your little pinky break just like that. It's going to be quick. Your spectator's not going to notice. Once you have your break, you're going to tell your spectator, okay, let me see the Jokers. Does everything look good? They'll say yes. And you're going to place the 2 Jokers face up on top of those 2 cards like this. Now you have a break below 4 cards. Explain to your spectator, you're going to turn over the Jokers again. You're turning over the 4 cards. Make sure it's quick. Get comfortable doing that. You really need to make it seem like you're only turning over 2 cards there, but in reality, you're turning over 4. You're going to spread over the 4 cards like this. At this point, you don't have any more face-up aces, but in the earlier parts of the trick, when you're spreading out the cards to reveal the aces in between, make sure you don't flash the face-up aces, but you don't have to worry about that at this point because there are no more face-up aces. You take these top 3 cards, you explain to your spectator, okay, the Jokers found the 3rd ace. You're going to place it down. Now you're set up in a similar position that you were earlier in the trick with an ace right on top and then the Joker right below, and then you got the other Joker on top of the deck. You're going to do the same move here where you're going to square up these cards and you're going to show them that you have 2 Jokers here, but in reality you only have 1. So you show them the bottom one, that's 1. Slide off the top card quickly. You're sliding off that ace, and then you show them the second one. But as you're sliding off this ace here, what you're going to want to do is maintain a break right below it. So once again, we have the first Joker, slide off the ace quickly, keep a pinky break below it, and then show them the second Joker. At this point, you can tell your spectator that you need to find the 4th and final ace, which is the ace of spades, and it's the hardest card to find because it's the most prominent card in the deck. You can say something like that. At this point, you have a break below the ace of spades on top of the deck. Then you're going to place the Joker right on top of it. You can do the shake change here, which is what I did in your performance. You're going to lift up the 2 cards. They are going to be back to back like so. Obviously, keep this face up to them so they don't see the ace right below it. Here's the move. It's quite simple. You're gripping these 2 cards like this with your thumb and middle finger on opposite corners. Your index is going to be on the side. As you're shaking your hand, this is what's going to be happening. You're going to be using your index finger to turn over the Joker, and the ace of spades will reveal itself on the other side. But your spectator's not going to see you do that because it's going to be under the cover of you shaking the cards like that. And it really makes it seem like that Joker literally changes into the final ace out of thin air, and you've completed the set by finding the 4 aces. And another way you can do this move is you have the Joker here. You got the 2 cards like this back to back. You can do this little flick move where the cards are back to back. You pinch the 2 corners and you just pull them back like this, and the card flips over like that. So that's another way you can do the color change there and to get the ace of spades to reveal itself. But either way, you will reveal the 4 aces here. It's a really visual card trick. It's very powerful once you get all the steps down. Rewatch the parts of the tutorial you need to in order to fully understand it. It will take a little bit of practice at first, but once you get the steps down, you will be good to go to perform this card trick and fool all your friends and family. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. I will see you all in my next one. Peace out.